Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tiny Bee Garden. My name is Rena, and today we are going to review 6 crops that you can directly sow into your containers or garden beds in the month of July. First, we have cucumber, a delicious light summer snack that's refreshing and I highly recommend growing. The variety I grow is called Beit Alpha. It's a parthenocarpic variety, which means it produces only female flowers and does not need to be pollinated to produce fruit. Next, we have radish, by far my favorite crop to grow every season. The varieties I grow are short varieties, which means I can go from seed to harvest in about a month. This is a great vegetable to grow with children because it goes from seed to harvest in such a short amount of time and they can see their reward right away. Here are some varieties that I grow directly in my garden. This is the best heat tolerant radish by far. It's the Giant of Sicily from Baker Creek Heirloom Seed. Next, we have the prettiest, I believe, of the group is the purple plum radish. It's purple on the outside and a crisp white inside. Next, we have the Saxa 2, the fastest growing radish by far. It's only 18 days till harvest. And then lastly, we have the Pink Beauty. This was my last harvest of Saxa 2 and purple plum. Next, we have basil, a heat-loving, delicious, fragrant herb that I constantly use in my cooking and just can't seem to get enough of. To ensure I always have this herb available, I simply just take a pot with soil, sprinkle some seeds, and watch them sprout. This one I planted just a couple days ago, and it's already showing. Here are a few that I love to grow. I was lucky enough to get some seeds from my friend Cynthia. This is the lettuce leaf basil. It is amazing for wraps. It produces big leafy greens, much larger than usual. Is great for pesto as well. Then we have some Thai basil, as well as some lemon basil to add to any stir fry or dish that needs that aromatic, flavorful taste. Most of my seeds are from Baker Creek Heirloom Seed as well as Migardener. I am not sponsored, but I believe in their cause. Next we have okra, a warm weather loving crop that seems to produce and produce as the season continues. It is in the hibiscus family, so when the flowers open, it's a beautiful tropical looking hibiscus flower that once pollinated produces these beautiful pods, and that means you're very close to eating a delicious fresh okra. The variety I'm growing this year is called the Gurney's Gumbo, which is a nice green okra. I did also participate in a seed swap this year, and I got this package of red Burgundy okra I'm very excited to try next year. Next we have beans, a wonderful warm weather loving crop that you can directly sow into a pot of soil in your garden and watch sprout within a couple of days. Here are a few varieties that I'm growing this year. I do have pole beans, but I stuck to just bush beans. This is the Garbanzo bean. I find very handy in drying and storing. It has a long shelf life. And dragon tongue bush beans that I think are just so pretty. When the light hits it, the skin turns purple. And last but not least, we have summer squash, specifically zucchini. You can directly sow into a pot, water, and with the warm weather, it'll be sure to germinate. There are countless varieties of squash to grow. I personally like to keep a big collection to continually change it up through the season. Here we have some white scallop squash, similar to a patty pan, very tender, picked young. This is a green bush, great for containers to keep in compact spacing when you have a small area to garden in. Then we have the early prolific squash. This one happens to be one of my sister's favorites. She tends to like the golden zucchinis. Then we have the standard Black Beauty zucchini squash, which you typically find at your grocery store. Then I have a yellow patty pan. And some more seeds from my friend Cynthia of different varieties of patty pan and zucchini squash that differ from my collection. With all of these suggestions, you can directly sow into your garden and gather a fresh crop and harvest before your frost date. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at TinyBeeGarden. Like and subscribe, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you guys next time.